41st annual Current Shakespeare Festival returns to Bakersfield College. Joining us in studio, we have Cody Ganger, the director for All's Well That Ends Well. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, 41 years of Shakespeare at BC. Tell us about this year's festival.
Yes, well, this year's festival, like you said, the 41st year. So last year was a big 40th year celebration, and now year 41, we're doing a show that has never been done at the festival before, All's Well That Ends Well. It is, I thought, okay, we've turned the corner after 40 whole years. What's something that we've never explored before? So this is a really rarely done piece that's very mysterious and exciting and romantic. And then we've got Much Ado About Nothing, which is a classic comedy. And that one is in the big indoor theater with a live jazz band. There's a lot of, really exciting things in these two shows.
I want to touch more on All's Well That Ends Well because this is your piece. What are audiences going to expect as they sit down at one of your shows?
So All's Well That Ends Well is in our Black Box Theater. It's also the first time we've ever done one of the Shakespeare plays in the Black Box. And that's a really small, intimate setting. The actors are right there in front of you. You can see their faces close up. And so they can expect, it's also a shorter play, so this will be no intermission, an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
So they can expect kind of a thrill ride through this very fascinating piece of theater. It's really romantic and intense, and it just grabs you and does not let go from beginning to end. Yeah.
And I love that we have these, these plays are more than 500 years old, if my math is correct.
Yeah.
But you're modernizing it.
Yes.
So we don't have to be literature experts to come and enjoy this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Modern costumes, and a very, I think, a very contemporary sensibility. There's so much that we can use to make this language clear, and good actors who, when they speak the language, I think you'll be surprised how it's not difficult to understand when they're selling it to you. Yeah.
And how much harder is it for an actor to do Shakespeare versus just memorizing modern lines?
Yeah, well, you have to understand what you're saying, which of course, because they are, older plays, there's going to be words that you don't necessarily know the meaning of, structure that's a little different. So of course there's the added, you have to understand what you're saying. But in a lot of ways, it's the same kind of task of I'm still telling a story. I'm still connecting to my other, actors on stage. So yeah, it's a different challenge, but in some ways it's the same as any other project. Yeah.
Just what a thrill. I love that. And then I had to get back to Much Ado because you mentioned 1920s jazz for this 500-year-old play.
Yes.
I love, how did you come up with that? How did the Stevensons come up with that combo?
I'm the co-artistic director of the whole festival. So I feel like I've talked to them. I know their plan. So I can speak to their vision. They approached Much Ado, which has so much music in the show anyway. Much Ado has all these songs kind of written in, and they decided to join up with our fantastic BC jazz program. And Chris Tyner, who's the director of the jazz program, is on stage with jazz students in this 1920s speakeasy kind of setting. Yeah, just making all this music come to life, and it's really vibrant and fun, and really beautiful Art Deco design and things like that. Yeah.
It's just thrilling. I have goosebumps thinking about it. I love live theater, but to bring in these talented musicians, these actors, it goes beyond just the college. There are community favorites, there are new actors, your favorite actors all coming back.
Yes.
So how do we get our tickets?
So you can absolutely go to the website. If you want tickets to All's Well That Ends Well, I would recommend getting them online because it's a small, limited seating, but also you can show up at the door and buy tickets. For Much Ado, you can definitely show up right there at the theater and get tickets there.
I just love it. So again, that website for our tickets, Bakersfield. I don't know it off the top of my head. I was hoping you had it memorized. I Googled it. You guys, you can Google it too.
Bakersfield College Performing Arts tickets.
There we go. Yeah, it'll show up.
Yeah,
I thought maybe you had it memorized too.
I should.
But this is so fantastic. Thank you for all that you're doing for the arts in our community and for these students and the community itself.
Yeah.